Jose Baez not in the courtroom today. You see one of his attorneys is there representing Shanna Gardner in his absence, but the judge referenced him from the last hearing where he was arguing passionately because they believed that there were some discovery violations from the state. The judge you heard denied the motion, but without prejudice. Let's bring back in Michael Gottlieb for this. The rules of the road set in pretrial hearings, they're very important. You can really win, well, maybe not win or lose a case, but you could really shape a case by these pretrial rulings, not necessarily this discovery one, but other ones that they're being hashed out before trial.
So I think the judge has made the right decision so far when you hear what's going on. She's correct. Discovery is ongoing. It's the beginning stages of a case. They're just asking for bond. There's really no Richardson violation at this point in time to say that the government hasn't provided all the information she's had. And if there is an issue, she said that the bond motion is without prejudice, meaning that the defense can come back and ask for another Arthur hearing and another bond hearing. So I think in terms of setting the stage, as you said, or the rules of the road, the judge is showing that she's going to be very accommodating and very fair. And so far, I think she's doing all the right things.
How much of an X factor is a high-profile attorney, if at all, in a trial like this, when a guy like Jose Baez signs up and sort of gets people's attention? Does it change anything within the courtroom in your estimation?
I mean, yeah, obviously within the courtroom, there's going to be, somewhat of that, that star factor or whatever you want to call it when he comes in and the judge doesn't appear from the look on her face to be starstruck by him. I don't think she, from what I could gather from what she said about his Richardson motion, and they had that little back and forth where I couldn't hear exactly what the judge said, but the attorney said, well, I disagree, respectfully disagree. So I don't think the judge is going to be persuaded in any way by the weight of his stardom.
Yeah, I know. It sure didn't seem like Judge London Kite was moved. In fact, when she brought up Jose Baez, she said he argued at length, meaning probably it was a little long, and it was annoying her probably at the time. Who knows? Bottom line is he is representing her. Let's talk about the case. This is the feeling, and the state believes that Shanna Gardner's in control here. It's her ex-husband who is set up and killed, but the star witness in this case is going to be Henry Tenen. He, of course, carried out the murder. He pled guilty to it. He had the relationship with Fernandez, not Shanna Gardner necessarily. Does that insulate her a bit? And to what extent, if you were representing her, would you want these two severed, these cases severed, so that you wouldn't have Fernandez sitting next to you during trial?
So you really can't get a severance unless there's a legal reason for it. So, just because the co-defendant is guiltier or the weight of the evidence against the co-defendant is greater doesn't get you a severance. There would have had to have been some kind of statement or something that implicates one of your constitutional rights that harms your ability to have a fair trial. So she's not likely to get a severance based on anything I see now. And clearly the state has a strong circumstantial evidence against both of them. I mean, Fernandez is her new husband. He had a home that Tenen rented or stayed in. So, all they need to do is connect those dots. And once they do that, they can remove all reasonable doubt. It's going to be a difficult trial for all involved.
All right, let's do this. Let's grab a break, then we'll head back for more.